Morning, Soul Family. Haven't heard this song for a long time. I apologize for any skipping tracks, but the last girl left me with a couple cracks. I'm over that. Holding grudges over love as ancient artifacts. So we knew someone was coming, right? Spirit's been showing us someone was told to speak up. Someone was going to be coming forward. My heart's a stereo. It beats for you, so listen close. Camille, Rio, turn me up when you feel low. Was meant for you. Hello to a stereo. Gym Class Heroes. Because interesting stuff was coming up this morning, and I'm curious to see if it shows up in our reading. So I was starting to talk about it, and then the song switched. And it was weird because what I was thinking about, it's not weird. What I was thinking about and what I had been hearing, it's actually things that I had been hearing. I heard in my meditation this morning, I want to talk to you. Because I said, what do you want? And I heard, I want to talk to you. And I said, okay. And then I started to hear all this other stuff. I was picking up all of this. And it was probably outside interference. But I was thinking about what I was hearing. So I was allowing it into my head. So basically I was entertaining these thoughts. And oftentimes, you know, you're here for this reading because you want to hear what Spirit's telling you through these oracle cards, right? But sometimes we're given a message, guidance, but we don't know where it's going to lead. Is it coming from the light? Is it coming from the dark? And the reason I say that is, are you hearing it on your light side, or are you hearing it from the night side? Are you picking and choosing what you want to hear in the message? So the message says this, but you're hearing this. It's kind of like this guy. He's dating two girls. And he comes to you and he tells you, you know, I'm trying to make a decision between you and this person, but I love you and I want to know if you want to be with me. Yes, I want to be with you. Okay, have you just ignored the fact that this guy said he's dating two women? He's trying to tell you, well, the truth is, he has two people he's choosing between. Or maybe he's not choosing. All he said was that there are two women. I love you and I want to be with you. Do you want to be with me? Yes. You jump at it, ignoring the whole first part, which is actually the truth. So you're getting guidance, and he is telling the truth in his mind. He thinks that he loves you. He doesn't, because he has no idea. He has no concept of what love is. But are you choosing to hear what you want to hear? So you're getting guidance. You're hearing a message, but is it leading you where, you know, to safety, or is it leading you to destruction? So we knew that there was going to be two offers. Spirit said, two opportunities. One is toxic. One is blessed. I've already been shown by Spirit two offers. I've already had one, so there were actually three. Actually, I've had two. Okay, so I've had two. So, but interesting, because they tell me there's two more coming forward. So it could be one, maybe, I keep thinking the last one's almost like a split personality. But I already rejected the first two. And Spirit said one of the offerings, or one of the opportunities was going to be blessed. So we need to really hear the messages. Now we have to watch this, okay? Look, the door's open. Liger's on one side, Lily's on the other. He's not doing anything to her, but they're fighting. What's the problem here? The problem here is there's no cooperation and there's no compromise. Lily feels like she owns the patio. She feels like she owns the house. Liger doesn't want to fight. But this one's a scrapper. She was in a home and she was loved and she was thrown out. She had to fend for herself. She had her claws removed. She had horrible things done to her. So she's carrying a lot of issues. She demands now. She's like, I'm not going to ask for love kindly because no one's ever treated me with kindness. When I ask her something, I'm going to demand it. She needs to learn compromise. She needs to learn that she is loved. She is taken care of. She needs to work through her issues. Right? So, and he's had some crappy stuff happen in his life too, but he's been my baby his whole life. He was separated from me for a while, and bad things happened to him, and it was awful. And so every once in a while, he's had issues. He's peed on the carpet. He's scratched. He's fought. But she's consistently a pain in the ass because she is the high road. It's either her road or no road. And that was the messages that I was getting this morning, was that one of the offers that's coming forward is not in a place where they're capable of seeing two sides to a story. They're not capable of compromise. It's either their way or hit the road. You either take it the way they want it or you go. So the danger was, don't ignore the red flags. That's a red flag. There needs to be compromise in every relationship. There needs to be an equal partnership, a give and take, or it's not going to work. So you may have come forward who you want or what it is that you've been waiting for. And yet, once you get it, you're going to lose yourself because it's either everything for this person and you slowly die inside and it's miserable. I'd rather be alone and lonely than married and miserable. So that was the song that came on. The song that came on after I was getting all of this information from Spirit was that Vertical Horizon song. And think about that, vertical horizon. That's a contradiction, right? So basically I was in love with this beautifully complex and crazy person who could see everything around her except for the thing that could actually help her. I thought of a tormented, glasses half empty person who is in pain about a bunch of things that happened to her in her life, always wound up looking to the wrong places to find solace and to find help. And when that was over, she would just be emptier than she was before, and I could just see her kind of sinking. The song was written out of frustration. It was written of my sadness from my perspective, a sense of wishing that she would turn to me and realize that I wanted to help her. Maybe she couldn't see it being what she really needed, and she never did. So the last chorus is really the last chance that he had to say, hey, look, enough. I love you. I can help you, but I don't mean anything to you at all. And a lot of people have said that they think that this might be about God. It could be about religion. But if you're asking me directly, it came from this situation. So this does apply to God. This does apply to relationship. Spirit gives us the tools, right? Even when we do these readings, these are just tools. Like Carpenter has many tools. This is one. The animals are others. We just watched a display happen that literally just showed the same story as what I've been shown this morning in my messages. There is somebody who has been tormented. He's mentally tormented, or she's mentally tormented because of the things that have happened to them in their life. It has affected them. Now you could say this to God. Why did you allow this to happen to me? God says, look, I've got all of this in front of you. I'm trying to help you. Yeah, but you allowed this to happen to me. I didn't choose to be thrown out in the street. I didn't choose to have my fingernails torn out. I am the way I am because I've been a fighter. I've been a survivor. And if love never came easily to me, so I take it. You told me that I need to be strong. You told me I need to love myself first. So I am. I'm loving myself first. And God says, no. The lessons that you've been through, the things that have happened to you were to teach you about love. Self-love, absolutely. But love and compassion for all humanity. There's more than you in just this world. So there's you that you have not learned your lesson. You have not figured it out. And I am here to love you, and I am what you need. I can help you. But if you refuse to see what's in front of you, there's nothing that I can do. It's your choice. God never throws us away, but in a relationship, if this is one of the options that come before you, be very, very careful and see the whole story that's playing out in front of you. This may be someone that you love very, very much, and you are what this person needs, but they can't see it. They're tormented inside, and they have not done, or they are unwilling to do their work. Some people never will. That's why they fill the void with alcohol, sex, or drugs, or control. If I feel like I've had no control over my life, says Lily, right? Then I'm going to control everything outside of my life. No one's going to hurt me again. So now, let's see. And you know what? I got to plug you guys in. I got to charge you. And then the song came on. My heart's a stereo. It beats for you, so listen close. Whenever you're lonely, think of me. That could all be there. But the relationship needs to be healthy. And not every relationship is peaches and cream. All relationships at work, some are way harder than others. But there has to be a give and take. There has to be a compromise. Someone that I loved very much one time wanted me to send pictures. Send me a picture. So I sent pictures. So then I asked for a picture. And my response was, no. And I said, no. You asked for something. So now I'm asking for something. And the person thought about it for quite a while. And eventually I didn't say anything again. And the picture came. That was the first time. And then it happened again. This person asked for something. And they were given it. And then I asked for something, and I wasn't given it. So then I said no. And then they asked for something else, and I said no. I'm sorry. I got up. I started praying, literally, to keep my cool, not lose my temper. And I said no. There needs to be a compromise. You want something? I want something. Compromise. There must be compromise in every relationship between us and our partners, between us and our business associates, and even with our God. We must compromise. We can't have everything we want. We're not going to get everything we want. So today, I found that you guys actually loved that multiple choice. So we're doing it again today. And I'm going to do it differently. I'm going to do a pile of, I'm going to do like 3 cards per pile. But they're not going to be long, drawn out messages. I don't have the time. And it's going to be, well, I just said 3. See, now yesterday I said 4, but that doesn't matter. Today we're doing 3. And I just heard in my head, this is my game, I make the rules. Well, when you're in a partnership, it's not a game. And if it is a game to you, don't enter a partnership. Because a partnership is made up of more than one person. It's not a hierarchy, it's not a dictatorship. I've been in a marriage where I was controlled, and it was a dictatorship, and it will never happen to me again. Now, see, that's what the Lily is saying. It will never happen to me again. I was at the mercy of brutal things, and it will never happen to me again. But I don't choose to choose another. I don't choose to control another. But no one will control me. It's got to be equal freedom for both. Okay, so the first, we're going to have, let's see. So ABC or 1, 2, 3, whatever you want to call it. So you choose one for you. You know, you figure it out. You want one for you, one for your partner, one wild card. One for you, one for your partner, one spirit's choice. 1 and 3 and ignore 2. Whatever it is for you. Or all of them. Whatever it is. So I'm shuffling the cards. That's why do it quickly this way. Spirit knows what we need to see. 1, 2, 3. And it doesn't necessarily mean that, well, each pile is going to be comprised with whatever my hand picks up. So Spirit knows what's going into each pile. Oh, I'm laughing because there's, okay. And I'm not going to go fully in. I really am not because I'm choosing to use a couple of decks that are quite deep. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Correct for neutrality on all levels. So what we got was a contradiction in those 2 songs, right? We got a sick person. That is a person who's sick. That is a person who has not been helped. And wasn't unwilling to see the help in front of them. And then the next one was, my heart's a stereo, beats for you, listen when you feel low. So that one's giving. So I'm wondering if it was the same, you know, it could be one is one person and the other is the other. So we need to be careful. So as we go into these readings, have your questions in mind. What is it that you're asking? What is it that you're looking for? Don't change it once you've decided, okay? Because then your answers will not be accurate. Correct for neutrality. Lord, I have so many cards in front of me. Have I shuffled them all? I guess. Okay. 1 pile. 2 piles. I am going to pick a different deck. Hold on a second. God, I've got so many messages here. I'm making things complicated. Okay, that's a message I just got from Spirit. You're making things more complicated than they need to be. Okay. So what you need to do is just listen to your guidance, listen to your heart. If you are presented with an offer, allow yourself time to think and ask the right questions. Don't be afraid to speak your truth and don't be afraid to ask what you need to know. Okay. Here we go. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. No. Hold on. I'm arguing with myself. I'd rather be dancing with myself. Dancing with myself. Oh, Lord, Sherry, pick one. Just choose one. What is the most appropriate one? It's a different one, that's why. Wow, it's a different one. Okay. Correct for neutrality. I couldn't pick. My higher self was not giving me clarity. Clear for neutrality. Now, all right, this is it. So then I'm going to put this on top because you can't see what that is. All right. Wait, I got to put that one back because I saw it. And I've got to choose my color, my numbers too. All right, so correct for neutrality. So I'm choosing 1 for me, 2 for my partner, and the third one is what does Spirit want us to know. Correct for neutrality on all levels. That's why I say correct for neutrality on all levels, because I'm not affected and I'm not affecting your reading, but I get to choose for myself as well. Kind of cool. Okay. 1, 2, 3 now. All right, so close. I can't look at this. It's because 1 is for me. Okay. See, I have to close my eyes because I know what these cards are, and even though I'm honest, your ego mind, even though I've asked for neutrality, when I went to choose, if I see what that card is, my eye's going to go to what I want, right? That's why you have to step aside, and that's why you have to ask for clarity, because your eye is going to take you to what you want. Think about that, your eye. You don't want to be guided by what your eye sees. You want to be guided by what your heart sees, and then closing the door. Hold on. Closing the doors. I had 2 doors to close. Wow, that was interesting. I had 2 doors to close, and I told you that I said no to 2. You want to be guided by your heart, but not your heart alone. You have to be guided by your heart, not your mind, but you have to have spirit and your highest self make the final decision. Our hearts want to love, our hearts want to care, but it's got to be what is in the highest good of all. Okay, so here we go. Deck 1, or pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. I'll let you look again. You guys can guesstimate what the cards are. because your intuition is having to choose this. So I don't want, just like me, you would, some of you know the decks. Oh, I know what's in that pile. I want that. Okay, so here we go. Let me turn down the volume. I don't want to be disturbed. Thank you very much. Okay. First pile. If you chose the first pile, I'll move these over here. Your cards are, oh my. Right on. Gratitude, healing, soulmate. So since we just spoke about soulmate yesterday, we're going to look at gratitude. Which deck is this? This is the Magdalene Oracle by Tony Carmine Salerno. I love him. I wish he'd come out with a new deck. Okay, so here to me, I'm looking at Kuan Yin. I don't know who you're looking at, but that's who I'm looking at. Because Kuan Yin is the goddess of compassion, mercy, and forgiveness. And that just looks like her to me. Now, it could be a samurai warrior that you're looking at, somebody who's been through battle, an honorable person who's been through battle. Okay, I'm getting this for myself since this is my own reading as well. This is a warrior, a spiritual warrior that has been through battle, but they are honorable. They will die for the ones they love. They will take the fall for the ones that they love. This one has honorably, nobly given of themselves, but they were, see, this one was led by their heart and a sense of duty, which was, the samurai, they have rules. This is how they were raised. It's about honor. It's about, I just heard in my head, it's about religion. It's about, it's just the way it's done is what they're thinking. It's just the way it's done. This is the way I was raised. I was raised that this is an honorable thing to do. And I took the fall. But this one had been enlightened after going through battle and suffering greatly. This one found that they had given of themselves to an unjust cause. They had been lied to and manipulated and deceived. They are now coming forward with self-love and self-worth. Color of the solar plexus, self-worth. There's a lot of healing that's taken place. There was a lot of darkness, but a lot of truth came out upon the enlightenment. They're holding a, it's like a magic wand. This is the magician. Now this magician, it came in the upright, which is good, because they've come through this time. But this person has a lot of ability. This person is very connected, very strong, very determined, very loyal, will do anything. They may have used that wand. They have used that. They have done things they felt they needed to do because they were duty bound, they were honor bound, but they were wrong. And they had to be enlightened. And they're realizing that they need to love themselves first. They aren't a warrior. They aren't what I heard in my head. They called the machine, and he went to work for them, almost like a mercenary. They were told it was honorable. They were told it's what they were supposed to do. What I've got in mind right now, I'm thinking about soldiers who are sent, they're serving their country. They feel it's honorable to serve and protect their country, but they are asked to go and do unspeakable things. And they felt it was their honor-bound duty. But they were conflicted spiritually. It was wrong. It went against my heart. What would love say? What would love do? Not that. They were conflicted for a very long time. So they had a spiritual enlightenment. They were reawakened. And they recognized that they needed to come from a place of love. They needed to realize their own self-worth and realize that they were capable of breaking free from that. I can do anything I set my mind to. I will come first from a place of love. And I will allow that to guide me. I'm staying centered in love and in self-worth. I won't do anything that, remember yesterday we got the message, you will not compromise your integrity. Sometimes rules are made to be broken. Sometimes you have to bend the letter of the law. And this is what this one has learned. So, gratitude. Be grateful for the lessons that you learned. Be grateful that you were able to see. Be grateful that you've been given an opportunity to do things differently. Be grateful. Interesting that I saw Kuan Yin at first, because Kuan Yin is the goddess of compassion, kindness, and forgiveness. Be grateful that that is extended to you, and extend that to others. You've done things that you wish you hadn't done. You've done things that you felt honor bound to do and later regretted it. I told you guys, I was very honorable. I was raised to follow the rules, and I did. And I was asked to cut somebody that I loved out of my life. I followed the rules, and 3 weeks later she was killed. And I never was given the opportunity to correct my mistake. I had actually gone against what my own heart wanted, but I did it because I was honor, duty bound. So if I'm given the chance to do this for someone else, I will be grateful. The next message, if you chose pile number 1, is healing. There's a great healing that's taking place. There's a lot of love, enlightenment. The waters are calm. There's forward movement. A reflection. The divine masculine is reflecting on the emotional waters. The waters have been dark, but still waters run deep, and there's been a lot of thought put into this. There's a lot of sexual energy in this situation as well. Creativity, love, passion. We have to remember that there is a reflection. Remember, it's not all about you. It's not all your way. Remember, whatever you do it in love. Know that you can create anything that you want. There's been a great healing that's taken place. It's a positive. There's so much love here. There's so much love. There's darkness, yes, but there's so much love. This is a healing that's been taking place on a soul level. And the answer to your question, I have to show you guys something. If it's a yes or no question, the answer is yes. And the last card is soulmate. And look at my pendant. You are the love of my life, babe. So this is the last card. Yes, this is your soulmate. And there is great love. And there is trust, and there is safety. And there is a spiritual connection. Look at the purple in the background. And there has been some definitely hard times, challenges, these cement stones. And there's going to be more. And you may have to work through things. You may have to sit down and talk it out. I'm looking at this yellow building in the background. To me, I see a crypt. And it's like they're in a graveyard. So there's been a death. Maybe there was a death, literally. And someone is consoling the other. Explaining where they've been. Maybe their emotions have been frozen, solid, cold. It's hard for me to express how I'm feeling. I've been I felt dead inside because of whatever. But I'm here now. I feel the love around me, and I'm embracing what my soul has been longing for, because the color is yellow. I am worthy. I deserve the love that's here for me. I recognize that as a soulmate, we push each other's buttons. We show each other what needs to be healed. And there was a lot of healing that took place. I'm cloaked in green. But I'm grounded now. They're both psychically connected. They're both listening to spirit and their higher selves. They both have long hair. Your hair is your psychic antennae. If you're looking for this soulmate connection, recognize it's not always going to be easy. It's always hard work. That's what this solid. And remember, you need to be grounded. Your relationship needs to be on solid ground, a solid foundation. There needs to be a death to the ego and a reawakening. You need to be able to see the forest for the trees. You need to come out into the open and speak your truth. This one is in white, clear. Things have to be clear. Expression. There's growth. So, if you're asking for a soulmate, you need to do your own work. You need to stay grounded. You need to allow the old to fall away. You need to tap into your spiritual self. Follow your spiritual path. And when things get dark, keep yourself grounded. When you hit a challenge, don't stop. Keep on your spiritual path. As long as you do your work, this will be brought to you. If you are in a partnership and you reach rocky situations, come together, communicate. Remember where you were before. Continue to connect to spirit. When you can't see the forest for the trees, come out into the open and express what you're feeling. And realize and remember, love is around you. You were surrounded. You were protected. Remember, this is your best friend. You can always come back. My phone flashed when I said that. Did you notice that? This is your best friend. If this is how you start, and things get rocky, and things start to get cold, and you feel like you're losing this, bring yourself back to the beginning. Remember who you were. Remember why you were here in the first place. Try and look at the person and see who you saw when you first fell in love with them. But remember, it's always hard work, and it always takes both of you, and you both have to be willing. Is this your soulmate? Yes. Okay, I gotta put you guys sideways again. I didn't think I was gonna go as long. I'm gonna put the radio. You know what? I'm not gonna put the radio on. I don't have time. Huh. So the next 3 cards for number 2. Decide. The Golden Phoenix. Your desire is within reach. Okay. So you got to make a decision, one way or the other. What's it going to be? This is an emotional decision, so it requires thought. Take some time out, spend a little time in nature. Remember, with all of the yellow, that you deserve the best. You deserve love. Look at the pink and the green. You deserve to be in a place where you feel whole, where you can heal, where you feel supported, where you feel grounded, where you feel free, where you feel open to expressing your feelings. So make a decision about what it is that you clearly really want. If you need to take the time. So pretty. I love that garden. It looks like the garden's in England. Yes, I've been there. I used to say that my whole life. My brother's like, you never been there. It also is telling you that things are blossoming around you. Are you traveling somewhere? The horses. These, I know they're unicorns, but they're horses. You know, I just got a flash right when I said that. So are you traveling somewhere? recognize that you are traveling. We're always traveling somewhere. We're either traveling literally or we are moving forward. That's another message. Is choice that you know, when you're trying to make your decision, is it going to be something that's going to allow you to express yourself? Is it going to be something that's going to allow you to move forward? Are you going to be able to go through the open door that Spirit said we want you to go through the door? Or are you going to feel comfortable and free and relaxed with your decision? If you're not comfortable with your decision, if it doesn't sit well with you, don't be pressured to act. If you need to ask for a little bit of time, just give me a little time to, I just need some time to think. This is a very emotional situation. Please don't rush me. This one may have come with a flood of emotions, and this one's just like, whoa. Or this is you, heart, head decision. You could go in a few different directions. You could go through that door, right, this gateway, and go back into this kind of safe place. Or you could come outside and go in a completely new direction. So you need to ask yourself, what is in my highest good? If you can't make a decision on your own, see, for me, you could go to a trusted friend, family member, or an expert, because if this is a business decision, maybe you don't have expertise on this particular subject, and you need help. You need an outside help source of something. You could research it yourself, or you could ask your friends that you know or people that have been through it. Ask for an outside perspective. Gather the information that you need, and then sit with it until you feel that you know the direction that you wish to go to. Go to Spirit. Ask Spirit for, this is what I was presented with. So now I've got to make a decision here. So same thing. Get somewhere quiet where you can hear Spirit, and then feel. What does it feel like to you? Sometimes we can't logically explain why we're making a choice that we're making, but we feel this. Do you feel good? Does it scare you? Sometimes there's right, it scares you, but in a kind of like a nervous way. It's like, wow, but you want it. That's one thing. But do you get a flush? Do you get a flush of heat? Do you have any doubt? And I don't mean doubt like, oh gosh, I'm nervous doubt, but something that doesn't feel right, then you need to wait. Is this in the highest good for all? Is this in the highest good for myself? Because like I said, with the first, with the soulmate card, and they were sitting there and they were in the cement and the rocks, things they're not always going to be smooth, right? And you may have to make a decision sometimes under adverse circumstances. So it's really important to be able to get into a centered space. Wait, give me a little minute. Just give me a few minutes. I got, the lawyer comes forward and he offers you, this is your offer. What, are you going to take it? I don't know. You know what? I can't decide in 5 minutes. Ask for a recess. Come back after lunch. Or you know what? Ask for a continuance. Give me a couple days. I'm not making this decision that quickly. And if you can't give me that time, then it's not for me. Because I deserve to be able to be clear with my decision. Now, sometimes we need to just make a decision. You have to make a decision. You don't have, and then you can course correct afterwards. So if you have to make a snap decision, like it's a life or death, or the plane's going, then you need to straight up for me, I would ask Spirit, show me right now. I need to know right now. Give me a sign that only I will understand, and then trust it, and know that Spirit knows what you need. Even if you go there and you realize, or you do this and you realize, this isn't going to work, you can course correct it. But Spirit won't lead you somewhere it's unsafe. Okay, the next message. The Phoenix. Remember I said yesterday the Phoenix is rising? Yay! Love seeing this. So this is something that you thought was dead and over is suddenly going to burst back to life. Could be a job, could be a dream, could be a relationship. You thought it was done. You had given up all hope for this. And you may not even realize it's right there. Remember that song, the song, everything you want, everything you need, it's right in front of you and you don't see it. Because the Phoenix is sitting right on her arm. Sometimes we're so caught up in what's going on. You're not even able to see our answer right in front of us. It's right there. You have had a transformation. The soulmate card, they were in a cemetery. There was a crematorium in the background. Something had died. It died. But when things die, immediately there is rebirth. When a door closes, another door opens. So something, you may have ended something, but immediately it will begin something different. Now, you could close a door, like say if it's a relationship or a partnership or a job or a situation, I'm closing that door. But then you're opening a door, another door within the company. I'm moving to a different place. Or I'm closing the door in this relationship on the past, but I'm opening the door to our future. Whatever this is, or I had a dream and I let it go. I just didn't think I could do it. But I got in touch with my inner self and I recognized I've got a lot of creativity. My sacral chakra got balanced. I felt the passion. It would never left. The passion was always there. I was thinking about the darkness within me. I didn't deserve it. I didn't think I could work through it. But running through the darkness is this passion, is this creative energy it's there. So I've decided to look again and see, I can do this. I went through a really, really difficult time. When the great wave came, I went to the mountain and I went in and I rested and I allowed myself to recover and I healed and now I'm back because that's what's going on right here. Something or someone you thought was dead, a relationship, a dream, it could even have been you. I felt dead. I felt nothing. But now I feel this flame burning inside of me. It's burst back to life. I never thought I would feel this way again. This desire, this passion, this force, I was enlightened. When I went away, I thought it was done. When I let it go, I thought it was done. I felt nothing, but all of a sudden the light bulb went on. I was shown that I do have the ability. Maybe my job, everything I worked for, I lost. It all fell apart. I got fired. Or I chose to leave what was not in my highest good, but now I'm destitute. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. And I sat there and I sat there and I sat there and I realized, you know what? There is darkness, yes, but I am creative. I've done this before. I can do it again. Or maybe I just know that I'm a creative person. I know that if I'm following my spiritual path, I will be helped. I will be guided. So if I don't have something in front of me right now, I know that there soon will be. Because Spirit's showing me this. My eyes are opened. And I'm going to follow Spirit's guidance. And it's going to be harmonious and it's going to be comfortable and it's going to feel right because I'm following my soul's path. I might have gone off and fallen off my path. It didn't go well for me, but I was guided back. This bird was calling me back. I heard it in my dreams. Sometimes I didn't hear words. Sometimes I didn't see anything, but I just had this energy pulling at me. It was like when the birds go away over winter, which is the cold period, right? Hibernation, introspection. But then they don't have to be told how to get home. It's like getting in the car every day for work and your mind's on, a million different things and you get in the car 1 second and the next second you're home. It's kind of like that. That's what happened to me. I got in the car and I just started to drive and I ended up here. This is where, and that could be spiritually, metaphorically, physically, whatever it is. But you need to know that Spirit is telling you that they're working with you and they're supporting you. So, purify your thoughts. Detox your mind and your body. Detox your mind from the negative thinking and the doubt. And remember, You are a spiritual creature. You are very creative. You have passion within you, and you can turn that and use that energy. And Spirit is here to assist you in telling you, you are not alone. Even if you don't see me here, I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm who called to you. You heard me. You may not have seen me. You may not have consciously been aware, but you knew. This is amazing. And it's the truth, because your desire is within reach. Spirit's been guiding this whole time. There's been a great healing taking place. And there's so much love for you. And now things are blossoming, and there's been a full transformation. And you were guided by that music of your soul that was being played. This one's playing the music. And remember the first card, Kuan Yin had that one wand. Maybe it was a flute. They heard each other. You called, and Spirit called back. You called to your soulmate, and your soulmate called back, and you were pulled in this direction. Everything is working in your favor. I threw my rockets of desire out into the universe. This is what I'm looking for in work. This is what I'm striving towards. I'm trying to open up my spiritual gifts, and Spirit's telling you that they're blossoming. Follow your spiritual path. Follow the music of your soul. Listen. See with your third eye and listen with your heart. Things are moving in your favor. Your desire is within reach. It's literally, so if you were asking when, it's within reach. It's right at your fingertips. You may not see it, but you know when you're walking down the street, and then you turn a corner and boom, you bump right into your best friend. There you are. Oh my God, I didn't see you. Nope, I was right around the corner. You can't see what's right around the corner. Don't stop before the miracle occurs. When Spirit's telling you this, it's right there. If you don't see it, it's because there's a tree in the way, or it's right around the corner, or somebody stepped out, or maybe you're not seeing with your third eye, and you need to. Because Spirit is telling you, even though you don't see the results yet, everything is about to sprout. It's about to become a reality. So keep your thoughts positive. Focus on the positive. Do your self-healing. Keep doing you. Keep focusing on you. Keep doing your own inner work. Keep the thoughts positive. Now, this is important. Nothing happens when you sit. Nothing. Spirit can bring us all of the guidance. Spirit can bring, fate can bring you right to the one, and they're standing in front of you. And if you don't see it, if you don't act on it, nothing will happen. Everything you want, everything you need is right here in front of you, but you don't see it. And you are angry at God, or you're angry. Open up your eyes and ask Spirit to show me, what am I missing? Ask for support and accept it when it comes, whatever it is. Wherever it comes from. If you're asking Spirit for help, and then somebody in your life comes along and offers you whatever it is, and you're like, oh, I'm uncomfortable, excuse me, you just asked Spirit for help. Accept when you were given something. Be grateful. Remember that card? Gratitude. Be grateful for what comes. Spirit delivers things to us in many different ways. If we're asking for something, Spirit wants us to keep our heart and mind open and accept it and recognize that you must allow yourself to receive. And as those soulmates were sitting there, you need to embrace what your soul has been longing for. It's not going to jump and sit in your lap if you put up a stone wall. If you come with that face, no expression, who's going to know what you're feeling? No one's going to want to jump into the arms of someone like that. So keep moving with the action steps. Keep listening to the guidance that you're told to take, going in the direction that you're meant to go, and believe in yourself. I can do this. Yellow's everywhere today. I can do this. I can do anything I set my mind to. I am worthy and I deserve it, and it's happening. These cards are fantastic. And the last set, the last messages that we have. Oh, I should have told you guys the decks I was working with. I'll tell you really quick. Hold on. Okay. Magdalene Oracle, Tony Carmine Salerno. The Romance Angels, Doreen Virtue. Spirit Oracle, Tony Carmine Salerno. Magical Messages from the Fairies, Doreen Virtue. Oracle of the Shapeshifters, Lucy Cavendish. The Magical Unicorn deck by Doreen Virtue. Okay, so now we have Saints and Angels by, now this is Spirit's message to me. Saints and Angels by Doreen Virtue. Ooh, yeah. This is the Angel Answers by Doreen Virtue. Interesting. And this is the Oracle of Shadows and Light by Lucy Cavendish. Now, the first message is steady progress. Okay, again, we're being reassured that even if you don't see anything that you can tell happening in front of you, you are indeed making steady progress. That's just confirmation again, based on what we just were given a second ago. And what you need to understand is you don't have to be perfect. The situation doesn't have to be perfect. Every single detail doesn't have to be ironed out. There's going to be bumps in the road. All of us fuck up. All of us have imperfection. All of us have self-doubt and fear. We wear egos in our suits. We are human. We're constantly working with it, right? We're constantly improving ourselves, but we do have that. So recognize that while you are making steady progress, it may not be perfect. You may not be perfect. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I didn't want to paint because I'm not an artist. And if you actually look at those trees, I mean, you know what? Now that I look at them, I was going to say the trunks are way too big and the tops are way too small, but I've ended up seeing trees like that. But you'll look at something and you'll think to yourself, it's not good enough. But when I did it, I love that. I'm really proud of this. Right? So that's with you too. Your project, your situation, your relationship. You know what? We fight, we misunderstand each other, we've hurt each other, but you know what? We have love. We do have love for each other. We mean well. We make mistakes. We slip. But we really care for each other and we're trying our best. On my project, what I'm working on, we may have to tweak it. You know, at first you thought you were doing a really good job, but then as you become more capable and more knowledgeable, you look at the first attempts and you're like, oh my God. But do you know that artists and composers, people, they will keep their first, remember the first, I have my first $2 bill, my tip that I made when I did hair. My very first one. It was an accomplishment. So we have to remember that even if we aren't exactly where we want to be, we have to give ourselves credit for what we have accomplished. And if you've done something and you have to course correct yourself, you need to forgive yourself for mistakes that you've made. Or if there are things that you have done, we can't undo the past. The past happened for a reason. It got us to where we are. It's made us who we are. Also, we are doing nothing by ourselves. That is the most important message. And that's why the Father said, you need to bow down. You need to realize you are part of a team. You have a spiritual team. You have me. You have friends. You have family. You have support. And even the ones who have caused problems for you have actually helped you. Because that one that was thrown out in the street, that no one helped them, it taught them to stand on their own and become resilient. So they were a help. That's why you can say, you know what? I don't want anything. I don't want you in my life. I take my energy back and I give you yours, but I bless you on your way as I go on mine, because dang, without you, I wouldn't have realized. You know that song? I thank you for making me stronger. Kelly Clarkson. If you are on a spiritual journey, don't expect yourself to be perfect. Don't expect to know everything right away. And don't allow your challenges to stop you. And don't allow yourself to get embarrassed so that you stop progressing. I was on my spiritual path, but I really blew it. I did this, and I'm not even going to get up and try again. Really? What are you doing down here? How many times have you come back in your life because you've had that attitude? Keep moving forward. This one's interesting. No, and it's with an exclamation point mark, or whatever you call it. I don't know what this is in regards to, because every one of my cards was very, very positive and it was telling me all the right things. But now, no. The response, if you're asking the response and it's a firm no, you'll understand why this is the perfect answer as time goes by. No. The answer is no. Now, the answer may be no because you were thinking something else. You know, and then as you got your reading, you know, or as you're getting your reading, you're realizing, no, what didn't apply to me. That wasn't about this situation. Or maybe it hasn't happened yet. Maybe it's going to happen later today. You will know. You will know why. Now I'm going to leave it at that because we don't know what it is yet. But remember that. So here it is again. This kind of goes along with the first, the Golden Phoenix, the resurrection, because here's Callie. Now, when Callie comes forward, we have called her forward, whether we have asked out loud or whether it's been in our heart or whether we even realize it. Because remember yesterday I said be very, very careful about the words that you speak and the things that you say when you're angry, when you're frustrated, when you're feeling sad and depressed, because you sent that out. That is energy. It's powerful. And you know what? You will feel like this is to teach us, because the things that we say and then just let go, they manifest first because we've detached from them emotionally. And that's how we manifest, by putting it out there and then detaching. That's why twin flames will not come together until they detach and allow and surrender in any situation. It's like going to McDonald's, I always use this, and ordering your meal, whatever it is. You don't stand at the counter and keep ordering it over and over and over and over. You've put your order in. Now you walk away and you wait till they call you. You have every confidence that that order is being placed. You went there. That's why you were there. Well, when you go to Spirit and you ask for Spirit's help and you ask for something, and then you go away, you have every confidence that it's going to be delivered. Now, what you need to understand is that when you do that, it works in every way. You put an order out into the universe, that energy goes out. Well, I didn't mean it. I just said it because I was mad. Well, you know what? You said it. And it's like, that's why it's important when you say things to people. Be very careful. Like when the person that I spoke about asked something of me, and the answer I got was no. And I was like, okay, I could have reacted and gotten all mad and done something, but I had to be careful about the words that I chose. And I just heard something now. I'll share it with you. I stood up and I immediately asked for Spirit to hold back my tongue. Help me. I want this. I don't want to cause a problem in this situation. So if you're having a disagreement with somebody, sometimes things get heated, right? And if there's something that's told to you that's going to hurt you, you're going to want to react. That's the ego thing. But we need to respond, not react. A response is thought of. It's well thought of. A reaction is just knee-jerk. Now, with this same person at another time, I did react. I misunderstood something. And the words that I said, we're done. But I didn't mean we were done. I meant we're done right now. Like at this moment, we're done. Like this is over. But now that I look back, a lot of times people, you know, we have an intention in our mind or a thought in our mind. We know what's going through our mind, but the other people, they don't. We can't read your mind. Just like that one right there. Now, that could represent me. I'm a peaceful warrior, but I carry a big stick. I say that about myself a lot. But maybe my mind, I knew what I was saying. I knew what I was feeling. But that person in my life, all they heard was what I said. We're done. I didn't mean that. So be very careful with what you say and make sure that you're understood. Communication is very important. People understand things differently. People hear things differently. So when we call in Callie, this is an ending. We've asked for it, whether we realize it or not. And it's been set in motion, because once the wheel has been set in motion. Now, what happened between us was meant to happen because there was a lot of growth that needed to happen, but it was very painful. And now looking back, that might be something that I need to recognize, that I said it. I got what I said. Maybe I just said it to the universe, we're done. And the universe said, you're right. You know what? It is. Now, what's happened here is when we call in Callie, these are the heads of the ones that, the deaths. And she wears them very proud. These are the ones she's conquered. It could be ideas, it could be old belief systems, it could be fears, worries, doubts. It could be the death of situations that were no longer in your highest good. And she wears them proudly around her neck because she realizes that they were not in my highest good. I'm looking at this hand right here. This hand can represent so many different things, but in all intents and purposes, for me, as I read this card today, I'm looking at death and that hand, and the divine hand. That is the divine hand of God that is saying, no, don't cross my boundaries. No. I know where I begin and I know where I end. I know where you begin and I know where you end. I will stand in my integrity. I will speak my truth. This is who I am. And I'm holding up this. If you don't respect this, you will not cross my boundaries. I am coming. I'm speaking from my higher self. This is a purple stone. I'm very passionate about what I feel and what I believe. That's right over my third eye. I have love for myself. I have love for my Father, for my path. And if you're going to ask something of me that compromises my integrity, the answer is no. So that may be the answer. The question that was no. You're going to be asked to do something that compromises your morality or your integrity, and the answer is no. So with Callie coming forward, she's telling you don't be afraid of what's dying or what has died, because it was not in your highest good. She comes to clear away what is not in your highest good. It could be overanalyzing. Overanalyzers Anonymous is where I should go. You want to talk about codependency? That's my issue. Overanalyzing. Overthinking. Maybe it's negative self-talk. Because if you want to be successful in a relationship, on your spiritual path, in a company, whatever, you need to have self-respect. You need to have self-love. You need to know that you are worthy and that you are deserving. And that if whatever comes up against you, no matter what it is, you don't allow anyone to disrespect your personal space, integrity, morals, boundaries. That's important. That is what must be first. Are there cords of negative energy, people drawing from you that need to be severed? Are there people in your life that need to be removed? Whether they be family, friends, these could be people that you've grown up with your whole life, but they are negative energy. They're draining you. You need to put yourself first. This is specifically to do with family, with sisters, brothers, parents, organizations, spiritual teachers. Remember, just because somebody calls himself a spiritual teacher doesn't mean they're coming from the light. This is the divine hand of God. No. So Callie is coming to help you. And it's painful. Death is not easy. The death to our old way of being, the death to the past, releasing the past. The one that's coming forward to offer something. In my case, there's been a lot that needs to be let go of. And it's very painful. But remember, I shut 2 doors. You need to shut the door on the past. And when you make your decisions, once you release it, you need to let it go. So if there's been somebody coming forward to ask forgiveness, the Grail Knight came and was down on his knee. I'm asking for forgiveness. I'm asking for a second chance. If you say yes, you don't bring that back up and beat them over it. You see this in marriages all the time, in friendships all the time. I've watched partnerships like this too. They keep bringing it up. What do you want me to do? It's dead. I can't breathe life back into that. I can't go back there and redo it. Now your attitude has a lot to do with it. Remember the 2 people that came forward, and one had his arms across his chest and was like, well, whatever, It is what it is. You take me or you don't. Well, in that case, the answer is no. As I said yesterday, maybe that's what's going on with the no. If you come forward, it depends on how you talk to me, how you handle me. If you treat me with respect, we can move forward. If you will compromise and recognize that's not something that I can do. You may be in a business and a partner, you have a partnership and you don't get to make all the decisions. Or you may be working for someone else and you're required to do something and it goes against your moral integrity. It goes against your own moral integrity. It doesn't feel right for me. It doesn't set well right for me. You know, if you can say, look, I'm not comfortable with this. Can you ask someone else to do this? Or, you know, I can't do this. It may require you being fired or walking away from your job. But you need to stand in your truth and speak your truth. It could be something that you've wanted to let go of. I've had this problem. I know it's my problem. I've been holding on. I don't want to feel jealous. I don't want to feel angry. I don't want to feel insecure. I don't want to feel worthless. I don't want to feel vindictive. I don't want these feelings. And I'm asking you to remove them. I'm asking you for divine intervention. I don't want this addiction. I don't want to drink anymore. I don't want to crave that. It's not good for me. I don't want that. It feels good, but I know it's not good. So my body may say yes. Remember, my eyes may want to go to that, but I know it's not in my highest good. You may stand before me beautiful and amazing, and I want that bad. That job looks really good. That position looks amazing, but it means I have to sacrifice something that's really way too important for me. I know that if I follow that course, it's everything I've strived for. God, I want that. But I've been awakened, and I know that that will pull me off my spiritual path. I can't do it. So I'm asking you to help me fight this. Help me, teach me to go through what I've been resisting. I know what's in my highest good. I know what I need. I know what I want. Everything you want and need, it's right in front of you. But right there to the left is where your eye keeps looking. Why does your eye keep looking there? It's tricking you up. It's tripping you up because that's all you know. You were raised by that. This is what you've always gone for. This new world in front of you is different. You don't know what's there yet. It's frightening. I don't know how it's going to turn out. This is where you have to call upon Spirit and ask for faith to push through the change that I've been resisting. To let go of this over emotional feeling. Remember that unicorn that was just in a water fountain? So much emotion. Good Lord, let me let it go. Let me let go of my past, my painful past. I've seen it. I faced it. I want to release it. I've been in the dark night of the soul for so long. I don't want to carry this anymore. Help me cut the cords to this karmic cycle. Because you must not stay with this energy, whatever it is. And Callie is here to tell you, I'm here to do this. You've asked for this. Are you willing to do the work that's required to do this? Because you have to work with me. Can you go forward? Don't hesitate. No more procrastinating. No more running and hiding. No more burying your head in the sand. No more keeping your mouth shut when you know you need to speak. You will dance through the fire if you allow me. Remember? I got the eye of the tiger, a fighter, dancing through the fire because I'm a champion, and you're gonna hear me roar. Louder than that lion. Who was that lion that I was trying to escape? My eyes are on fire. And she asks you, can you dance through the fire with me? And then wear that death around your neck proudly. That's who I was. Yep, that's who I was. But this is who I am now. And I don't have to hide, and I don't have to be ashamed, and I don't have to shrink back in fear. I wear my scars. I wear my old death around my neck, and you can see who I am. This is who I am, and this is what I've done. Yep, I went to prison. Did you see my mugshot? I got pulled over for a DUI. Yep, I did. What do you want me to do about it? I learned my lesson. I'm not who I was before. I did all of those things, but I'm not the same person. Maybe that's one of the doors closing. I closed the door on who you were, and I'm opening the door to who you are now. I was told before that when the one in my life went away, the one that came back was not going to be the same person standing in front of me. It was going to be a different person. So sometimes you're expecting something different, and it's like, wow. So give yourself a chance to absorb the lessons. Because this is rebirth. After the death, the phoenix has risen, and now you're reborn in a new way. Just like when we wake up, we are not the same people we were. I mean, even go back 5 years. You're not the same person you were 5 years ago. What you liked then, you don't like now. You're not even hanging out with the same people. You're not in the same job. You don't dress the same. Your hair's even different. Your attitude is definitely different, and your ideas have completely changed. I was one of Jehovah's Witnesses for almost my whole life. I couldn't be more bipolar than that to be what I am now. But this is who I am. This is the truth of who I am. I came back to who I am. And if this is what we can accept in ourselves, we have to also be willing to accept this in others. And that means we get to change our mind. Okay, I thought I wanted this, but now I don't. Well, I'm standing in front of you. You said you wanted me. Yeah, but you know what? Now that you're here and you're showing me who you truly, really are, I don't think so. Thanks. I've now realized that you're not who I thought you were. I'm closing the door on you too. And I'm going to open the door to myself and go forward and see where Spirit guides me. Because no matter what happens, no matter how enticing, no matter how scary, no matter how bad it gets, I will stay on my spiritual path. I will not have my integrity compromised. I will allow the divine hand of God to come up between. And I have said myself, I will break my own heart. Because remember, sometimes your heart isn't what we need to listen to in the end. It's got to be your highest self. Wow. Intense. 1 minute, 1 hour and 11 seconds. 1:11. So make a wish. What is your wish? My wish is that I be at peace with my decision. I be at peace with the end result. So I'm going to ask if there's a message as we close in the song. Say you won't let go. Say you won't let go. Well, that's it. Say you won't let go. That's the message. And I don't know about you, but in my case, that the only reason that I would let go is if it pulled me away from my spiritual path and it went against my moral integrity. Because you can't love yourself if you're willing to compromise your integrity. You can't do even what someone that you love so much is asking of you if it's going to be something that's going to compromise your integrity. Because that's not self-love, and you would never be able to live with yourself, and in the end, you would resent them. So let's ask for an angel message. I think we're charged up enough that I can ask for one message from the Angel Cards by Tony Carmine Salerno. Correct for neutrality on all levels. Whoa. Wow, they're hard to hold. Okay, it's that one. It just flipped out. Oh, this is beautiful. Healing Angel. At this very moment, you are being bathed in gold, pink, and deep green light. Accept this healing. We, your angels, surround you with wings of love. You are eternally free, eternally fresh, and eternally abundant. One more. Correct for neutrality on all levels. That one, like, really jumped. I'm going to do it in front of you guys so you can see how this works. These cards. So it's that one. Kindness. I love that word. A kind gesture rekindles your belief in the power of love. Remember to be kind to yourself. And look at the crystals that are coming forward for us today. I'm going to leave you with these crystals. And you look up the meaning because it's your homework. Look how beautiful that is. I'm going to take a screenshot of that and I'm going to share that on my page. It looks prettier like this. I guess I'll do it down like that. I'm all about... Isn't that funny? I was going to say I'm all about things I'm into details, but I almost said something that isn't even true about myself. Now that's a message in itself. I almost said I'm all about the way it looks, and I'm not. So see, we got to be careful with our words. That's our message. Be very careful with the way you word things. Don't assume people know what you mean. Don't assume people know what you need from them. You need to express it. Doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter if it's your mom, your closest friend, your soulmate. They can't read your mind. So, your stones are lepidolite, which helps with bipolar depression, manic depression. Helps with a lot of things, but that popped up first. And rose quartz, which is the greatest healing stone. The greatest healing stone. So today, a kind gesture will rekindle your belief in the power of love. Remember to be kind to yourself. What a beautiful way to end it. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day, you guys. I'm looking forward to whatever it is that's coming.